Hollis Hall felt majestic today, the kind of hum that tells you the building has already moved on to January. With coaches cutting new edges into the playbook and the locker room carrying itself like the standard has finally landed. I'm bringing you into that room right now because what's shifting for the Bears isn't just mood, it's identity. I'm going to lay out what changed in the run game these last 2 weeks, why the staff is zeroing in on finishing power on 3rd and short and inside the 5, how the cap math works without touching the long-term build, what a veteran addition would mean for DeAndre Swift's usage and Roshan Johnson's development, and where special teams and game scripts tilt once you harden your 4-minute offense. And when the moment comes, I'll tell you exactly where Jamaal Williams fits in this puzzle and why the timing matters more than the name. First, the context the rest of the league is now forced to respect. 4 straight wins, 4-2 on the season, and a 26-14 road statement over the Saints, fueled by 222 rushing yards and a defense that ripped the ball away 4 times. That's not noise. That's structure. Swift put down 124 on the ground with a touchdown. Kyle Monagai punched in the short one. And Jake Moody Cool as a winter lake gave you 4 straight field goals when the game needed adult points instead of panic. Caleb Williams played the kind of controlled football you need when the other side is panicking. And the defense lined up with a simple thesis. Takeaways travel. 15 of them across the streak. And if you listen carefully on film, you can hear how complementary football is supposed to sound. Edge pressure folds the pocket. Back end squeezes the window. The ball pops. And the offense thanks you by eating the clock. That's the team you're watching, one that understands flow and leans into it. Now zoom in on the part that decides playoff football. Short yardage and red zone temperament. This run game has bursts of beauty motions that mess with numbers, angles that create seams, but the finishing bite hasn't been consistent enough. You feel it on 3rd and 2 South when the formation declares intent and the defense crowds the trench. You feel it on goal to go when everything compresses and the difference between a 4-point swing and a 10-point lead is whether you can move a pile when the opponent knows you're about to move a pile. That's why the coaching staff keeps circling the same solution in red ink. A back who treats contact like a handoff, who runs through the echo of a play, and who, above all, understands how to find half a yard when there's only a quarter yard available. Enter a name that makes Chicago's plan snap into place. Jamaal Williams. You know the storyboard already led the entire league with 17 rushing touchdowns in 2022. A culture driver with Ben Johnson in Detroit. A pass pro grown up when protections get exotic. And a temperament that matches November wind. At 30, he's not here to carry the franchise. He's here to carry a chain. That distinction is everything. On this roster, he becomes a lever. Swift remains your offensive speed and space engine stretch. Counter, toss crack, option routes versus linebackers who can't stay square. Roshan continues to grow into a full-service role, marrying vision with pad level. Jamaal becomes the brake pedal and the snowplow. He shortens games, he ends debates at the goal line, and he allows your coordinator to call runs on 3rd and -2 without flinching. That's not nostalgia. That's role clarity. If you remember how Ben Johnson used Swift and Williams together in 2022, the template writes itself. Change of pace with purpose. Not as a novelty, but as a choice that keeps the defense wrong for all 4 quarters. The tape tells you the fit is clean. The cap tells you the move is easy. A veteran minimum base with playtime and touchdown incentives protects both sides. Chicago doesn't mortgage upside. Jamaal gets a runway and an offense that will give him real short yardage volume. That's what smart teams do in October. They tie the last loose knot. The locker room impact is part of the calculus too. You've seen how this group responds to steady pros guys who walk in, say little, and lift the room by doing small things right for 3 hours. That rubs off on rookies, on practice tempo, on the invisible habits that separate playoff teams from those that just flirt with the wild card. Add in special teams pragmatism, and you see the secondary benefits. More deliberate drives mean more kickoff returns the other way. More chances to pin teams deep, more two-score scripts that let your pass rush hunt. It all stacks. I also want to be straight with you about the human side of the depth chart, because fans feel this stuff. Roshan Johnson matters in this building. He's got the makeup you win with, and nobody here is pulling the ladder up on him. A veteran addition isn't a verdict. It's an accelerator. The long season demands multiple answers at running back. One guy explodes for 124 and still needs a physical complement to keep those legs alive in December. One rookie flashes, then meets the league's counterpunch. A grown man at short yardage buys everyone cleaner frames and saner workloads. That's how you protect the room and the quarterback at the same time. Scheme-wise, the possibilities widen in a fun way. Imagine your condensed red zone set with swift orbit motion holding a linebacker's eyes, Caleb under center, and Williams aligned at 7 yards. The defense cheats to stop the belly. You leak a tight end on a late release, and if they stay honest, you just run behind the double and shake hands at the goalposts. On 3rd and 2 from the +45, you can actually live in a run call you love instead of a run call you'll tolerate. And when teams start selling out, the play-action shot regains its bite not as a prayer, but as a punishment for overplaying the line. That's what a role player does when deployed correctly. He changes how the opponent thinks on Tuesday. Let's talk numbers and workload without the fluff. You're not asking for 20 carries. You're asking for 8 to 10 touches that exist in the most leverage-rich moments of a game. 3rd and short, goal to go, 4-minute drill. If those 8 touches convert 4 first downs and 1 short touchdown, the ripple is enormous. That is the kind of marginal edge that flips a 23-20 coin toss into a 27-20 close, and it's the difference between a defense playing 72 snaps and 61, the Bears' identity over this win streak. 222 on the ground in New Orleans, the defense forcing 4 turnovers. Moody stacking clean kicks begs for that last puzzle piece. Coaches know it. Players feel it. This is where front offices earn their keep. And now the part you came for, the line that ties the hallway buzz to the field. Jamaal Williams has been in the building. The staff knows exactly what he is, and the plan is to plug power back into a backfield that's already tilting games our way. The Bears aren't chasing a headline. They're installing insurance. When this depth chart locks, you'll see it first on the most boring plays in football, the ones that move seasons. Before I close, I want to hear you. Does hardening short yardage with a veteran hammer make this offense playoff ready? Or would you rather ride the youth movement and preserve every rep for Roshan? Drop your take below. How would you split the room on early downs, 3rd and short, and goal to go? I'm reading everything, and this community has been calling shots with scary accuracy all month. My bottom line is simple and professional. Chicago's 4-game surge is real because it's built on transferable things: run efficiency, takeaway discipline, and situational execution. Adding a known finisher like Jamaal Williams to a swift-led engine gives Ben Johnson a clean, low-risk way to own high-leverage snaps without touching the future. It's targeted, it's timely, and it's the kind of adult move teams make when the calendar flips to games that count twice. If you're with me, tap in, subscribe to Bears News Fan Report, and keep this thing growing. I'll keep bringing you fast updates and deep breakdowns as the picture sharpens every roster tweak, every snap trend, every decision that pushes this team from fun to formidable. Bear down.